I'm Rowan from Bella+Duke. We're jokingly calling me the CNO, the Chief Nutrition Officer, and I have the luxury now of speaking with magnificent Martyn from Pet Remedy. We're just going to hear a little bit about the Pet Remedy story and what products Martyn is really getting excited about. Martyn, pleasure to meet you once again.
Rowan, and you, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about Pet Remedy. Now, it all started nearly 10 years ago now, 9 years at the moment, and it all started as a result of one of my cats suddenly taking to peeing on my bed. But every 10 days, not daily, there was a strange behavioural pattern that developed, probably a new cat on block, something like that. But my cat would jump up every 10 days in the morning, wake me up with a paw, and then just discharge. Now, at the time, my partner was a vet, and one of her best friends was a psychiatrist, a human psychiatrist. So, between the two of them, they advised and gave me all the usual calming products, none of which made 1% difference. Now, then my psychiatrist friend happened to mention that she read this study result that had been published on PubMed, and the summary was there in the Lancet, showing how this Japanese team had taken valerian in a low concentration and shown that rather than working like a sedative when in a low concentration, the actives then worked as a calmer and worked with the natural calming mechanisms of any mammal, so whether pets, humans, birds. And the way this worked was that the acids in the valerian, where there were terpenes, would actually mimic GABA. So in particular, specifically the sesquiterpenes would mimic GABA and trick fired out nerves in any mammal into thinking they were getting a message to calm. So the nerve cells would open a GABA receptor and receive what they thought was a GABA message.
Okay, so two questions here. GABA, just for people who are watching who don't know, is gamma-aminobutyric acid.
Aminobutyric acid, yes.
Okay.
And that is basically a neurotransmitter,
and it's a
chemical message. It's a chemical message, an inhibitory message, calming message. So essentially you have neuromessages, glutamate, which fires up nerve cells when you need to be excited.
And that's one of the reasons that people shouldn't have soy sauce or anything with monosodium glutamate.
Really? Well, I didn't know that.
That's why people can't sleep after they've had monosodium glutamate, because it's a neuroexciter.
Goodness. Well, we discovered that obviously with the terpenes mimicking GABA, this provided a really good and instant calming effect on animals, any stressed pet with fired up nerves. So we then had to develop that, and as it happened, in another part of my business I produce beauty products, and I was working with Robert Tisseron, who was one of the original gurus of aromatherapy and essential oils. He wrote the books in the 60s, 70s, long before aromatherapy was fashionable. So I enlisted him to help me with balancing the valerian, which is quite pungent in smell, with other essential oils that would help balance the aroma. And he selected vetiver because that has its own calming properties, basil, and then sage, and ultimately, latterly, clary sage, because they all have their own calming properties. So it's the synergy of those calming properties that really delivers this powerful calming.
This is awesome. So there's obviously a lot more behind the scenes than just a simple product. There's a whole story, there's a whole lot of synergies, and you've worked with some really interesting people.
Very much. And really, from the moment we started with the product, we gave it to the RSPCA to test, to trial, and within a week they came back saying it makes a difference. Initially with cats, then they tried with dogs, found it had equally interesting calming results with dogs. So a product was born. We thought, let's take this to market.
Wow. And just to recap, for those of you who haven't had the luxury of being at the conference, It's been used successfully on meerkats. Yes, what a great story that is. And it's super applicable, is it not, for pets who might be nervous about getting into cars, if you actually just gently put it on their muzzle and that, they're great on journeys.
Absolutely. Any stressful situation, really, in the home, a new pet in home, separation anxiety, home alone, that sort of thing. Fireworks, of course, that's a big one.
Fireworks night, that's something we need to...
But as a training aid, a wonderful support mechanism for training, great for bonding as well. You would spray on your fingers, rub around the muzzle of the cat, dog, rabbit, actually cross-species too, so new puppy in home, resident cat, thinking no way.
Oh, wow.
Or in fact, spray it on your fingers, rub on their muscles. That will help with scent swapping as well as calming. That dual action will accelerate the bonding process big time.
Tremendous. Okay, so and in other great news, Martyn has very generously and kindly offered to give any Bella+Duke customers a substantial discount on his products. Martyn, why don't you tell us about that?
Well, yes, we'll offer a special introductory 30% discount off any products from our website. Just quote the discount code BND30, BND30, and you can find the products on www.petremedy.co.uk. So petremedy.co.uk. That's
tremendous. Martyn, thank you so much. Once again, what a pleasure.
Pleasure.